and thank you for joining me in this video. Strategy number 2, do something you can't do. Now, this is a strategy in the workbook Challenge Your Thoughts, which is a workbook that you can find on Amazon, or you can find on the Challenge Your Thoughts workbook page at momilani.com. We finished a little more than half of the workbook together. And if you're just joining us and somehow finding this video and haven't had a chance to look at the workbook, you can go again to momilani.com. In this workbook, we have looked at various cognitive distortions, which are distorted ideas that really can cause destruction in your life. And what we're trying to do is raise awareness so that these cognitive distortions don't do the damage that they can do. Now, cognitive distortions are distorted ideas, concepts, and beliefs that, for whatever reason, you have adopted as a way of thinking. Now, in order to overcome cognitive distortions and avoid the destruction that they can cause in your life, you must develop positive strategies to combat them when they arise. Now, today we'll be talking about the strategy, do something you can't do. Now, that it's a little strange sounding, right? Do something that you can't do. But it only sounds strange because most times when you tell yourself you can't do something, it's actually a distorted thought. If you have a deep enough desire to do something, the work ethic and the determination, then you really can do anything you set your mind to. Now, if that's not something then you can believe, just simply try it. Think about something that you really want to be able to do, but really believe deep down that you can, and just make the decision to do it. It really is that simple. Now, I grew up in a blue collar family. My dad and grandpas were, and even my father-in-laws were construction workers, right? They had their own businesses, right? They were crane operators, carpenters, general contractors, semi truck drivers, heavy equipment operators, construction business entrepreneurs, right? And even though I'd always wanted to be a teacher and a creator and a writer, and that's always been my dream, I've always secretly wanted to be a sort of a handyman of sorts, or a plumber or a carpenter. And I think it's, I grew up that way, right? But it's just that idea of being able to take your hands and to build something that you or your family, need in order to live, right? Like, even if it's just building a table or fixing a toilet or plumbing, or just having your hand at renovating a piece of your home, that's always appealed to me. But for years I just never put any effort into it, never believed I could really do it until I just decided to do it. And I did. And it's been so gratifying that I just it's liberating. And so this is the strategy for today, for this video. This is what we're going to talk about. Do something that you cannot do. And it's pretty self-explanatory, right? So this strategy is to force yourself to realize that your brain is a malleable, powerful tool that you can use and grow to become a smarter and stronger you. Now, some examples of, quote unquote, do something that you can't do may be to fix a car, or design a house, or maybe present to a group of people if, say you have a fear, or you cannot visualize yourself doing that, right? Or maybe it's go diving or climb a mountain. Now, these things, right, these things that you quote unquote cannot do are big goals, right? Things that you never thought you'd be able to do. And so again, this is self-explanatory, but I'm going to give you a few ideas or steps on how you can pretty much use this strategy. Okay. So number one is think of all the times that you've said, I wish I dot dot dot, or I could never do that dot dot dot. Okay, so you're going to think of all of these times that you've said that or thought that, or was looking at something and kind of said it to yourself, right? You're going to write down all of the things that you finished those thoughts with. Okay? Now, don't say something like bake a cake, right? Because you want to make sure that doing any of these things, right? These great things would seem miraculous to you. And then you just start. You choose one of those things on your list and you take the first step towards getting this thing done. Okay? So I am going to show you what my answer is to this prompt. Okay, this prompt right here. I'm going to show you what my answer is. Now, this might not be big to you, okay? But this is huge to me because I've never done anything like this before. Okay, so I'm going to show you what this is. Okay, so my big goal is to refurbish a 2003 Club Car golf cart that needs lots of TLC. Okay, so these are like the first four things that need to be done. Number one, I'm going to need to purchase 6 batteries, which is going to cost me $900. So the reason I put this as the first step is because it's a commitment of, $900. So that's the first thing that I need to do. The second thing that I need to do is I need to take apart like the seat and the roof and the fixtures so that I can paint the cart and refurbish the roof. Now there's some really bad rust on a portion of it, and I'm going to need to figure out how to fix that. And then number three, I'm going to need to replace the bushings to the front axle. I think that's called the front axle. As you can see, I really do not know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it anyway, and I'm going to do it well. And then the fourth step is to refurbish the rims and then buy new tires. And so I want to be able to take the tires off the rims, take the rims and tires off of the cart, and then take the tires off of the rims, and then refurbish it. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, and then buy new tires. So this thing to me is a huge, huge thing that I can do. And I am going to undertake this because I know that once I am done, I am going to feel incredible. And so this is a strategy that you can do if you're feeling, maybe not positive, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling like, like you just can't do anything right. Do this strategy. Find something that you can't do. All right, if you have anything a goal perhaps that you want to try, go ahead and include it in the comment section below this video. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time when we discuss another strategy. Aloha.